It's a moose. I see a moose.
It's beautiful.
We're Erin and Brandon. With a newly converted camper van, we left home and started this road trip with the goal of visiting every national park in the continental United States. Throughout our travels west, each park surprises us and shows us its own unique beauty. Because of this, we claimed we did not have a favorite until we visited Grand Teton National Park.
I could use someone to hold, and I've been trying to fill the void, but my bed is getting cold, 'cause I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. You said you had to go away, just to figure out who you are, and I'm in this empty house.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy to be back in like mountainous area that's has lush rivers running through it with vegetation, and the colors are changing. It's just like a very, very beautiful drive.
We are now officially in Grand Teton National Park. The beauty surrounding us is unreal. All of the campgrounds in Grand Teton National Park are first come, first serve, and since we're getting here around 6 p.m., I'm pretty much just betting that none of them are going to be available. I've read that you have to get to some of these campgrounds at 9 a.m. just to reserve your spot for the night. So we're going to try to go to this kind of remote campground first. Hopefully there's a spot for us. What are we looking at?
We're looking at moose. We saw everybody just like standing still in the middle of the road with their huge cameras out. And now we see why. There's a moose right by the river.
I was like, Brandon, I think there's gonna be a wild animal. Everyone has their lenses out. And he's like, oh, they're probably just watching the sunset. I'm like, it's a moose. I see a moose.
There's two of them and they're huge. They've gone away from the water now, but you can clearly see them. They're just like chilling there on the riverbank. It is so perfect. There's like a crescent moon, beautiful river, the colors are changing, and they're just like right next to the river taking a drink. It's crazy.
And this is our campsite for the night. We are right past the edge of Grand Teton National Park, which in national forests you're allowed to camp for free. So we found a little spot on Overlander, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful. All right, we gotta keep going.
All right, while you're going, you want to tell us about this campsite?
We're staying at Gross Venture Campsite, which is a first come, first serve campsite. So we got here nice and early so that we'd get a spot. Now we're gonna work for a little bit and then go explore. Thank you. We're now heading to Taggart Lake for a hike. It's about 4 miles, and then after that we're going to try to go to a different lake to go paddleboarding. Such a cool peak.
We got some bear spray because we are in bear country and because I'm absolutely terrified of running into a grizzly. I have done way too much research on grizzly bear attacks, so I know too much, and I'm absolutely petrified. So I really am going to be so anxious for the next 2 weeks while we're in Wyoming, Montana, Washington-ish, Idaho area. So Brandon has to deal with me because I am a maniac. I know that I'm a maniac, but I really can't help it. What do you have to say about me?
You're lovely, and I can't wait to marry you.
No, I mean with the bears.
It's ridiculous, but let's go. She's stalling. She just wants to stay in the van forever. We're gonna go on this hike. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. Come on.
Grand Teton National Park was established in 1929. The park was created due to the efforts of Horace Albright, who made it his mission to protect the land, and John D. Rockefeller for buying the property and donating it to the U.S. over the course of 14 years.
This was a nice little short hike to Taggart Lake. I kind of wish we just brought the paddleboard with us because we could just drop into this beautiful lake and paddle around. Either way, it was a really nice hike, and we're gonna hike back and then go to a different lake where we can paddleboard. What'd you think?
I think that was the most beautiful place you could possibly paddleboard. I felt like we were in like the Italian Dolomites or Austria. It doesn't feel like this is the United States. And also there's a bride and groom right over there. Well, I highly recommend if you have a paddleboard, kayak, canoe, and you're in Grand Teton National Park, come to String Lake and just enjoy the afternoon because that was absolutely beautiful. The water was crystal clear, the mountains were surrounding you, and I don't know, it's just perfect.
It was absolutely amazing. I love getting out on the water, and it just doesn't get much better than that.
And I lost my shoe. Okay, neighbor. Boom. As for now, we're desperately craving a good brewery. And Jackson Hole is a fairly decent town, I think.
We haven't been, but
I've never been there, I don't know. But you just know Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So I'm thinking that there's gonna be a brewery there. We have zero service, so we're just gonna head in that direction and cross our fingers.
cheesy.
Cheers.
Are you ready to go to Jenning Lake?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
So our plan is to go to Hidden Falls and Inspiration Point. Let's see if we can do it. If you have ever stood at Jenny Lake and looked across to Cascade Canyon, weaving its sinuous way toward the summit of the Tetons, you will know the joy of being in a sacred place designed by God to be protected forever. Horace Albright. Just took a little photo shoot because how can you not? I almost wonder how the views can get better than that. Makes me want to just turn around to not even do the hike. But that could also be partially because I'm afraid of bears and I just saw a sign warning us. Here we go. 2 moose. So that's a total of 4 moose in Grand Teton because of the 2 moose that we saw the other day from afar. But this was up close and personal. The mommy moose and the baby moose, they were just chomping away, enjoying their day. They were very aware when there would be a noise, even when a helicopter went overhead. The mommy moose stopped. It's like, should I be cautious? But otherwise, that was amazing. What do you think of the moose?
It was incredible. By far the coolest natural encounter I've ever had.
We got to Inspiration Point, which is a beautiful view of Jenny Lake.
Inspiration all around.
I mean, I'm inspired. Next, we are going to the falls, which are down a bit and continuing further onto the trail. Now that we have seen the hidden falls, we are heading back towards Jenny Lake, either on trail or by boat. We will decide. We chose boat. Mostly I chose boat.
Erin has found new friends because she's terrified of bears. So she's hanging out up there with the loud, big group of people.